You're right. Welcome to another Dave Unleashed. My name's Dave the dog. And I'm off the leash, so it's Dave Unleashed. But that was the name anyway. How am you all doing? I hope you're doing good today. We've got more story time, more art time, and probably more JoJo time. You there, JoJo?
Yes, I'm here.
There's always hope you might miss a recording, but you always seem to get in, don't you?
What would you do without me?
Carry on. Get in trouble.
Yes.
Probably. Anyway, shall we move on to story time?
Go for it.
Is this the one with the doggies?
Not yet.
Why not?
No doggies. It's fish and birds today.
But that's like a dog.
No.
They got legs and stuff.
You don't live in the sea and you don't live in the air, do you?
I could swim.
Can you?
Well, I can jump in the water. If I can swim, might be a bit of a challenge.
Oh.
Should we move on to story time then?
Yeah.
So it ain't a doggy one. It's another one. Eat it.
For story time today, we find out what God designs, what he makes, what he creates on day 5 of creation. And it's the fish and the birds. But of course, story time would not be the same without Dave the dog. So let's call him up. Call Dave. Hey, Dave, you all right?
You're right there, JoJo.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, me. How am ya?
You ready? I'm good. I'm ready for the story time. Are you?
I'm eager to go.
Fantastic.
I don't mean for a wee.
This story time is about the fish and birds. So the fish of the sea.
And the dogs.
And the birds of the air. No dogs yet. Just all the birds of the sky and all the creatures in the sea are created by God on day 5.
I don't want to be the one that says I think God made a mistake, but where are them dogs?
Well, they leave the best till last, don't they?
Well, very well said.
Yeah.
Nicely recovered there.
Yeah, so God said, let the waters swarm with fish and other life. So that's what he said. He wanted to have lots of creatures in the sea.
Cool.
Yeah, and let the skies be
It's a good job
filled.
he didn't say put the fish on the land. That won't work, that.
No, it wouldn't, would it?
You'd have fish flapping about on the soil.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
Unless it's a flying fish.
Well, yeah, you do get that, don't you? Yeah, so God created all the sea creatures you can possibly think of. So can you think of any sea creatures that we have? Anything that lives in the sea?
Fish.
Fish, yeah.
Shark.
Yeah.
Eel.
Yeah.
Crocodile.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, they are in the sea, aren't they? Yeah, the sea creatures.
T-Rex.
Are they ones that live in the water?
Well, if he fell off a cliff, he'd be in the sea, wouldn't he?
There's so many different animals, isn't there, and creatures in the sea. There's just
You can't deny my logic, can you?
No, I can't deny it. Not
My
at all.
logic is too good.
It's amazing that God has created so many creatures that go in the sea, and we know people that go in diving into the water. Dave,
I thought we were still saying things that go in the sea.
you don't go in the sea, do you?
I can go in the sea.
Do you swim? Oh, brilliant.
Doggy paddle.
Well, people dive underneath the water, right deep down, and they
That's
find
weird, that.
all kinds of creatures in there.
If God wanted us down there, he'd give us gills. That's why his name's fish.
Yeah,
ain't people's.
we're not sea creatures, are we? We're land creatures. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, so he didn't create land creatures till day 6, actually, and this is day 5.
Fair enough.
And he wanted the sea to be full of living things that scurry and swarm in the water, and every sort of bird.
I've got a question.
Yep.
If that sea was full, them fish wouldn't be able to swim, would they?
Well, it's the sea is. There's a lot of sea. There's a lot of ocean, isn't there? There's a lot of water in this world,
All
isn't
right.
there? There's plenty of room. Plenty of room.
I make extra water sometimes.
Do you?
I leave it at the bottom of trees and lampposts.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
This is the water, the seas, and the oceans, full of amazing creatures, and then the skies are full of birds. Could you imagine the world without birds, without little twittering birds and stuff? That would be really quiet, wouldn't it? Be really boring.
Be great, wouldn't it? When it don't chorus, them birds weren't making so much blinking noise.
Oh,
They wake me up, them do.
yeah, but it would be strange without the sound of the birds,
I
wouldn't
know, it'd be
it?
strangely quiet.
But it's like it goes a bit quiet in the winter, doesn't it? Because there doesn't seem to be so many birds around. And then the summer and the spring, and there's lots of birds. It's great.
There's lots of birds in the edges.
Is there? Yeah. Fantastic. Well, that's what God created. And he saw it was good. He was really pleased with the birds in the sky and the fish in the sea.
Can I make an observation?
Yeah, go for it.
If God made stuff right,
Yeah.
it would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It couldn't be bad
that's it.
because God's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when he's saying it's good, isn't that like what's the point of saying it? Because it had to be
Well,
good,
it's
Dave.
in the Bible. It says, and God saw that it was good.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I guess they wanted to make it very clear to us that it was
Checking
all
for bolts of
good.
lightning.
It was all good at the start.
Not being rude there, God, just asking questions.
And then God blessed them and he said, be fruitful and multiply. So he wanted the birds and the fish to they wants to have lots more, have babies and have lots of baby fish and baby birds. Yeah.
That multiplying thing. Fish ain't got fingers.
Yeah.
How do they do multiplication?
Add up and take away and stuff like that.
They got like two fins in a thing on the back.
No, they're just supposed to have lots of baby fish. And so there's lots of them in the sea.
They weren't like a maths lesson.
No, have you not seen the little birds? Like they're building their nests, aren't they, in the spring and the summer?
The little birds.
Yeah, well, the birds go off and they get like twigs, don't they? And they create a nest and they have little baby birds.
Like a beaver.
Like a beaver.
Beavers get sticks, don't they?
They do, actually, they do.
They like sticks.
We haven't got to animals yet. We're only looking at sea creatures and birds.
Isn't a bird an animal?
A bird is as a bird.
That got you, Dave.
You look, hey, let's keep it really simple. And so, yeah, God created all kinds of birds and all kinds of animals in the sea. And that's that. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Good, that.
And that was day 5.
Cool.
I love this. So just to recap then, we're on day 5. So the first day God created light.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What sort of baseball cap have you got?
What do you mean?
Recap?
No, it's nothing about a cap.
It's not about a baseball cap.
No, it's not. I'm just going to tell you again.
Is it like a beanie?
No.
Like a fleece hat?
There's no caps involved.
You said recap.
I know, I wish I hadn't. So the first day...
You don't learn much, do you?
No, I don't. The first day God created light. The second day, sky and water.
But no dogs.
No. Third day, sun, moon and stars, if you remember.
Still no dogs.
Still no dogs. And today, on the 5th day, fish and birds.
We're still dogs
How
absent.
cool. Yeah, no dogs yet. So what did you think of that then? The creation story, day 5.
Good, that.
It's good, isn't it?
I like fish.
You like fish, do you?
Oh.
Have you got a goldfish?
Well, I got a pond
Yeah.
and there was some fish in there, like,
Yeah.
but I can't see much.
Oh, has it got a bit dirty?
Yes. And I had a goldfish
Yeah.
in a goldfish bowl.
Yeah.
We may knock the goldfish bowl down the drain.
Ooh.
So I lost my fish.
Oh, what a shame.
I was upset about that.
What's amazing about goldfish is that they
He was called Dave too.
Oh, was he? Dave 2, like Dave number 2.
Oh,
Or Dave 2, as in.
not Dave as well. There's only one Dave. It was Dave too.
Oh, sweet.
Dave
Isn't
Jr.
it amazing how goldfish grow as big as the tank? So if you put them in a small tank, they'll grow that size. But if you put them in a pond, they grow bigger. I find that amazing about fish.
That's scary, that.
That's amazing.
How big can goldfish get in the sea? Bigger than a blue whale?
Yeah. I don't know about that. There
You
must
just
be
said they can grow as big as what they're
as
in.
big as what they need.
If they're in the blinking ocean, they're going to be huge, aren't they? Bigger than a blue whale.
What I meant was it can grow a bit bigger if you give it a bit more space to live in.
I've got a
I
question.
think that's cool, yeah.
Whales ain't fish, haven't they? They breathe air, like me and you.
Do they?
Oh, and birds.
But they spend a lot of time under the water as well, don't they?
Oh,
Do you know what? We'll just keep it really simple that on day 5, God created fish and birds, which is
Fair enough.
awesome. So thank you for joining me, Dave.
you're welcome.
And you'll be very excited to hear that on day 6, dogs are created.
Yes.
Yes, so you'll look
Good
forward to
stuff.
that, won't you?
Ah.
So we'll come back with you to have the next story.
Well, I've got to because I want to find out what happens with them dogs. Where am they?
Oh, thanks for joining us, Dave. See you next time.
No, it's all right, mate.
Bye. And that was story time.
Well, that was story time. Hey, JoJo,
Yeah.
that blue whale thing.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if I chuck a goldfish in a little bowl, it grows a little bit.
Yeah.
And if I stick it in a big bowl, it grows a lot.
Yeah, it just kind of it grows to the size of its environment. So it doesn't become as big as the environment. It just gets bigger when it's got a bit more space to grow.
So if you shove it in the sea, it won't get bigger than a blue whale.
No, I don't think so. No.
I've got another reason why that wouldn't happen.
Why?
It'd die.
Why?
Well, the sea's got salt.
Ah.
Goldfish, they like clean water, not salty.
Yes, good point. Wow, you know these things. I didn't realise.
See, always listen to Dave. Should be on like a poster, that shouldn't it? How rude. Anyway, it's time for story time. No, we've done story time. With me,
Art time.
art time. See, that's why you're hearing it.
Yes.
I don't remember much. What's your name?
You're not a fish. Fish are the ones who don't have memory, isn't it? Not dogs.
I'm unique.
Oh, I see.
Very unique. Anyway, it's art time. What are you doing today in art time, JoJo?
We have got a fish and bird plate for day 5.
Is this like fish and chips?
No, not supposed to eat them. They just swim around in the sea, the fish, and the birds are in the air.
Not a real fish.
No.
Like a quail and a fish pie.
No.
That'd work. Still tastes like chicken now, wouldn't it?
Oh, are you hungry again?
Ah, always. Anyway, it's time for art time now. Eat it.
For art time today, we're going to create a fish and bird plate to help us remember that God created fish and birds on day 5. So here we have some made earlier. You're going to need a plate, a paper plate, some wool or string so that we can hang our plate up. And then to colour in, we need some paint, blue paint and black paint. So blue for the sea and black paint for the birds. Or of course you can use pencils, crayons or pens. And I do actually have a pen here because I use pen for those birds there. And then for the fish, you can use all kinds of things. I've used foam, but you could use paper, different coloured paper. And then that's it. And we pull it together and we can hang that up. So let's have a go. We've got our paper plate and we fold that in half. Makes it just easier. So we're going to use half of it for the sea. Before we start painting, it's always good to put our hole in. So we take a hole punch and just punch a hole at the top. And then put the string on first as well. So just cut using the scissors we have. Cut a piece. You can have as long and short a piece as you want, depending on where you're going to hang your plate. There we go. And that's what I suggest you do. First of all, there's our plate ready to decorate. And so we need blue paint. And I think a nice thick brush, because it then paints up real quick. And we just paint like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one I made earlier, because otherwise we'd have to sit and wait for the paint to dry. And there we go. We've made our sea. Now, I learned a trick from my son, actually, who gave me this idea to draw fish, because I'm not a very good drawer. I don't know about you. And you can do big fish, little fish, see how you go on. But if you go do a straight edge and do like a figure of sort of go round like that, and it's joined up, you go flat and like that. And that's the best way, I think, to draw a fish. But you might be better at it than me. But just that helped me to make a few fish. So go straight up and around like that. And then you just cut those out. As I say, use foam, use paper, different colours. Or if you've just got white paper, you can colour them in. And just cut around and create lots of a little fish. Now, with those, I did orange fish there. And quite small. With these ones, I got some eyes on. So you could draw some eyes with a pen, or you can get like these stick-on eyes. And there you go. And we cut out lots of those to stick on the sea. And so we'll need some Pritt stick and stick them on and place them on like that. And there we go. That's our fish in the sea. And to finish off, because on day 5, not only did God create all the sea creatures in the sea, he created all the birds in the air. So I'm going to just use a black pen, and maybe you can draw birds, but I'm just going to maybe cheat a little bit, and they're from a distance, just like that. And you just do lines, and you can do as many birds as you like, because God created lots of birds and lots of sea creatures. And there we go. There we have a fish and bird plate. So enjoy.
I got a question, Jojo.
Yeah.
It's about all them Y's.
Wise.
Ah,
Oh, you mean the birds in the sky?
you kept on drawing the letter Y all over the plate.
Look, I've got a confession to make. I'm not very good at drawing birds, so I thought I'll just do them like they're in the distance and you can't tell then. Well, you had to pick on that, didn't you?
Well, it did look like the letter Y to me.
There were birds in the distance.
Could you do like a letter X?
That wouldn't look like a bird though, would it?
Like an X-Wing from Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Because they fly in the sky, don't they?
Did you think there was a flying thing then?
I thought the film had started. It was such good class, like so close to the real thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Did you work for George Lucas? Anyway, that was our time. This is Dave Unleashed. Don't forget, if you go to the website for the Berry Bunch, them's the people I work for, like JoJo. That's berrybunch.org. Is that right?
Yep.
Cool. berrybunch.org. And if you go to show resources, you can see the resources from the shows, like Dave Unleashed, Art Time. And you can watch it all over again.
Yes.
Good, that. What's next?
That's it. That's everything. You covered everything.
And we're done.
Yep.
Can I go for my lunch now?
Yes, go on.
Cool. So it's lunchtime now. Ta-ra a bit. Thanks for tuning in. Stay frosty. Bye-bye.